Okay. In this section, I'd like to go over a few things. First, we're going to start with how to adjust principal and fees from a ticket. We pulled up Mr. John Doe's pawn for $100. If we would like to adjust the principal, click this button. Use our manager password. And we can see here the original amount was $100. It's showing $100 due. Adjust that down to $50. Hit OK. Adjust your fees here. Let's say Mr. John Doe calls on the phone. He's not due till 9/2. He says, I'm going to be a few days late. It's going to be 9/7 before I can come in. How much am I going to owe? You can click this calculator button, pick 9/7, and it's going to calculate the extension and the pay based on that day. These buttons here at the bottom capture the signature and the fingerprint for the ticket. A lot of states require a fingerprint for the person pawning the item, so we can capture those electronically. Now the little money stack is for a payment plan. Let's do our password. Okay, this essentially will amortize the loan for the customer. It's showing the principal amount of $50 because we adjusted it. You can check this box and set them up to make payments. Now, if this box is checked, if they come in to do an extension or a rewrite, it will know to collect $15.02 rather than just the interest. This box here at the bottom, the tax box, is for a sale transaction. Let's do a sale and I'll show you how it works. Alright, we're going to do a cash sale. Alright, we pick sale. Let's use a miscellaneous item. And we're going to use $100. Alright. Now, if we check this box, notice it backs the tax out. It's $100 tax and all. Or we can uncheck it and tax won't be included. So that's how you do that. And it only applies it to the items where this tax value is set to true. Now I'd like to show you the renewal screen. This screen is really handy for making payments on multiple tickets. Say Mr. Doe comes in and he's got 2 tickets here. We can pay on both of them. So he wants to pay off his cash advance and pay the interest on his pawn. All we have to do is click the respective amounts. You notice in the payment amount field, those amounts are reflected. So if he's going to pay off that one and pay the interest on this one, calculates his total as $130.75. And we can hit save. gives us 131. 25 cents is his change. And it processes that, gets a new due date on his pawn. He's good to go. Prints the tickets. You can also adjust your principal and fees with these buttons on the screen. Alright, now I would like to look at a collection transaction. Let's say, notice we have Mr. Doe's extension here and his payoff on his cash advance. Let's void this payoff by hitting the void button. Yes, and let's do the manager password. Okay, that payoff has been voided, so that cash advance is now active. Again, let's go to transactions and we can see that there's no payment on that cash advance. Let's say he didn't come in and pay when he was supposed to, and we would like to draft funds from his bank account. We can do that with a collection transaction. Okay, still collection on his cash advance. Let's do 50 bucks. Now, where it says payment type, we change this to a checking debit. You hit the, you have to have your merchant services option enabled. But if you hit that button, you get a option to pick the account and you can process it there. This also works for credit card transactions. If you want to do a sale, credit card, hit that button again, and then you can swipe your credit card. On this machine, I do have it disabled, but you can enable it from your global options. You can set it up with either Payments Gateway or PayTrace. Provide your information and it will allow you to swipe the credit card. You can process your credit card sales that way as well. Okay, now we're going to look at the pull screen. The way this is designed is every item that's available for pull, given the certain criteria, will be listed on this screen. You have the option to price it and list it online if you have your online store interface, but it will list your items, the ticket, when it was due. All you have to do is beside the item put a 1 in the pull field, or you can hit this all button and it'll pull everything. It'll put a 1 for every item in the list. You can just put a 1 in the field where you see the item you want to pull, and when you've got everything on the screen ready to be pulled, you hit pull and the pull button here at the bottom, and it will pull everything that has a 1 in the pull field. Add it to your inventory. If you have the option for printing your sales labels, at this point it'll start spitting out labels. There is a gun log in the software for doing firearm transactions. Now, anytime you do a pawn on a firearm or buy a firearm from someone, it will be logged in. Now, when you sell the firearm, you have the option to log it out. What it does is it automatically, when you save the transaction that involves the firearm, it automatically moves it to delayed status. I'm going to go ahead and let's buy one from John Doe here. It's going to have to be pulled first, but anyway, you'll have a box right in this area here that says gun status. If we do a sale on Mr. John Doe and the transaction involves a gun, once it's saved, you'll get that box in this area. It says gun status. By default, it's going to be set to delayed status. Okay? To enable you to call it in for the next check, next background check. Once you get a proceed from the background check, you can drop down that box and change it to proceed. Now once you change it to proceed, at that point it logs the gun out, because the gun may have been bought a day or two before you actually got the proceed. The sale will go in on the day that the customer paid, but it will not be logged out until you change that gun status to say proceed. At that point it will be logged out. That just about completes our tutorial section. If you have any more questions, feel free to call technical support at 888-220-1538, or our direct line is 256-466-1535. We'll be glad to address any issues that you have.